everyone, and welcome to the David Goodman Reality and Truth Show. My name is Vanita Lambert. I am here with my co-host Donna. We're sitting in the back today because we have three very special guests that's going to share their Haitian native and so much information with us. And so, first of all, I'd like to introduce Mr. Fennell Merville. Dr. Fennell Merville, Dr. Immaculate Can, and Mr. Guy Bosico. And they are all going to share so much information with us. I just can't wait to learn exactly what's happening here. I think next month is going to be National Haitian Month. Is that it? It is?
It's a awareness month for pretty much the entire Haitian community.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So what I'm going to do right now, I just want to thank everybody for joining us. And I want to remind you right now to follow us on YouTube after the show is over. And I'm going to turn it over to these gentlemen first. So we'll start with you, Mr. Fennell, Dr. Fennell. Can you just tell us a little bit about your background and you like me to start with Guy?
No, Guy is here. We look like brothers. But
exactly, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so we're going to start with Guy. I apologize. Okay, just tell us a little bit about your background and what you'd like to share about Haitian Community Cultural Month, flag raising, whatever upcoming events you may have.
Yes, my name is Guy Bosico, and I'm from Haiti, actually, and I moved here 42 years ago, and I've been living around here, and I'm a real estate broker. I own my office in Norwalk, and I'm part of the Haitian community, and we are working to bring awareness to what Haiti represents in not only the Haitian community in this county, but the history of Haiti, what Haiti represents in the world. So that's primarily my mission, but I defer to Fennell to speak a little bit about Haitian Heritage Month.
Well, first of all, my name is Fennell Merville. I live in Chombo, working in Bridgeport. I am the Executive Director of the Center for Immigrant Development, which is a Department of Justice recognized and accredited organization specialized in immigration counseling. And so this is a great opportunity for me, and I'm very proud to be able to be part of this wonderful group, Dr. Immaculate Can and also Guy Bosico, to talk about the Haitian flag, what it means to us, and what Haiti represents in the world, and how we have helped over the years so many countries to be independent as a nation. So I look forward to continuing with this conversation to share more information with your viewers.
So can you share some information about, is there like a flag raising that's coming up next month? Is there something you could share the significance of that with us?
Yes. Yes, on the 18th, May 18th is Haitian Flag Day. Okay. Haitian Flag Day, so we have a celebration throughout the Tri-State area, and over here, we'll have one in Bridgeport on May 18th, and Fennell has all the details. But in terms of the significance of the Haitian Flag Day, the Haitian flag, I would say, is the symbol of human rights. Not Haitian rights, but human rights. While the notion of human right may have existed, may have been in books, may have been in certain constitutions, but the application of human rights in its truest forms started in Haiti. Haiti was the only country where once a human being set foot on the land, they are free and have all the rights that all other Haitian has. So to the point, there is a story of of a ship, of a slave ship that was that stopped in Jamaica while they were there, and they know about Haiti because one of our hero of independence is also Jamaican by the name of Goodman. So the news was already in Jamaica that Haiti was free. So the blacks from Jamaica got on the ship and headed for Haiti. And after months, the ship owner learned that the ship was in Haiti. So he headed to Haiti and asked that President Pétion was the president then, asked that the ship be returned with all the slaves. Pétion says, no, I'm sorry, you don't have slave here. We will refund you for everything that they have used during the journey. We will refund you, we'll give you your ship back, but no human being here is the property of another human being. So that is, I'll share that with you as the background in terms of human rights, in terms of what Haiti represents.
Sure, that's pretty awesome. So there's no citizenship test that you need to take. All you do is just dock there, step onto the land, and you're free. And you're a citizen of Haiti.
That there is right now. There is a procedure.
Okay.
There is there is law that you have to follow. But back then, in terms of your right, in terms of rights and protection under the law of Haiti, you were protected.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
And
See,
also,
I didn't know that.
And also, it's important. My name is Dr. Immaculate Can. Thank you for joining us. I think it's also imperative, as part of the historical perspective, is to have the understanding that Haiti was the first free country in the world, that earned their freedom from slavery. So Haiti really paved the way for all other individuals who were enslaved, and really set the tone that you too could be free, and you too, you are human, and you are not property. So we have to really look at the historical perspective for us to really understand that for 218 years, we have earned our independence, and this is really an opportunity for us to educate the community the significance of this independence. So that's part of why we're here today, is to really educate the community regarding that.
Exactly. And I think people will probably be asking themselves, why are we giving so much importance to the flag? But I just want to highlight the fact that when we created the flag back in 1803, that was the first step that we said to the French that we're not going to be your slaves anymore. So we're going to be free as a nation. So that was the first, I would say, significant, although we have started the process of through fighting and all of that, but that was the major step of us telling the French that we want to be free. So we created our own flag. We're not going to be using your flag anymore. And so from that point on, and then there were some other steps that we took, and then until we became we became independent on January 1st, 1804. So that's why in Haiti we have some other major holidays, but there are two major ones. The Flag Day, which is May 18, and then we have the Independence Day, which is January the 1st. So these are very significant.
And I should say, regarding January 1st, I love, as an Haitian American, I was born in Haiti, and I have such pride of the way my parents raised me to really value my culture. And I look forward to January 1st because this is when we have Haitian soup. And now my understanding with the Haitian, it's called squash soup, And my understanding of the history is that during slavery time, the slaves could not have squash soup.
They were banned.
So the day that we gained our independence, the very first thing that we did was make squash soup. Now, on January 1st, I can guarantee you could go to 90% of Haitian household, maybe 99% of Haitian household, and you will have soup. And what's the beauty of it, too, is that there's just a different variety of ways that people can cook it. And so if you want to join us also January 1st, when we also have our celebration, I'm putting it out there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if we're going to have a celebration, but we're definitely going to celebrate the flag raising, which is May 18th. It's going to be held in Bridgeport. And it's going to be at the steps of the old city hall that we have in Bridgeport, and it's going to be a beautiful ceremony. And we are actually inviting everyone, to participate, everyone to come out and learn more about the Haitian culture. We are inviting public officials. So this is really an opportunity for us to learn about each other, because we have more in common than we have differences.
Exactly, and also we have an entire month of celebration from May the 1st until the 31st of May. We have at the Ferguson Library in Stanford, we have a Haitian book collection program, and also we have of course.
Which date is that?
That is May. That is May 1st. Actually, May 1st. And then from May 1st for an entire week, from 10 to 5:30, there is a Haitian book collection event. So you can go to the library for the entire week. You will be able to see some Haitian books, and there will be somebody there to walk you through the history of those books, to explain to you what those books mean to the Haitian history. And also you have Heritage Month, which is the month I just said, the month of May. You have a conversation about Haitian history on Taylor Show, which is on May 4th. And then you have also May 6th at Matric, which is a restaurant down Bridgeport. From 6 to 8 p.m. there will be a presentation. There will be a talk about Haitian history. So there will be a whole.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, there
a
is
lot going on.
Also,
Yes.
at the Ferguson Library, there will be a movie on how Dessalines, which is the father of our independence, defeated Napoleon. There will be a movie at the Ferguson Library in Stanford at 3 o'clock.
And I should also say, and I'll let you say something, Dad, I'm sorry. I should also say, in the state of Connecticut, we have quite a bit of large Haitian communities. And I know there's particular communities that we tend to congregate. Stamford is a big area that we congregate, and Bridgeport is a big area that we congregate in Norwalk, but throughout Connecticut. And I know that I'm pleased that Vanita asked us to come here, is because she has a huge following. And this is an invitation, not just to the Haitian community, but to all who would like to really learn more. I'm sorry, my sister. I think you wanted to say something.
No, that's okay. That's exactly what I was gonna say to you. Who can visit who can visit all these, programs and all these information that you guys have, and where? So you need to let the community and others know where directly, because this is I'm listening to all the information that you guys are giving out, and I realize that there's some great information, and it's not just because you guys are talking about Haitians, and so it's for everyone. is for Black American, Black Jamaican, all over, Black African. We all are one. So we are inviting you all. We are all one body. So I thank you for this great information.
Absolutely. I really appreciate this information. I'm coming out because I know there's going to be some food. Are you going to be making your soup?
We're gonna make a special
Yeah,
soup
that
for
will
you.
draw a big crowd. Let me tell you, if there's going to be
Yes.
food, I will definitely be there. And, it's an opportunity to learn about different cultures. I just heard on CNN today, or maybe it was Channel 8 News, I watch so much news, that Connecticut is one of the first states that will implement African American history in the schools. Am I right?
Yes,
Did you
you are.
hear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this
Well,
is
Juneteenth, we recognize Juneteenth as a holiday.
yes, just as last year. It just became effective last year. So this is so important. And I'm really, really impressed by the way you talked about you just took your independence. You created your own flag. You were not going to follow this one, and no one was enslaved. That took a lot of gusto to do something like that, because it's tough. As Black Americans, even Indian Americans, and other cultures, we're not able to do that. They were enslaved. We were enslaved. Indians,
Yeah.
Blacks, Jews. And so just to hear that you were the first country to do that, that's amazing. And, it took a lot of hard work, I'm sure. And I know you're very proud.
Oh, yes, exactly. And we were not selfish about that.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the flag of a number of
Venezuela,
countries
a lot of
in South America, like Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador,
Bolivia.
If you look at the flags, they look like the Haitian flag. And the reason for that is because
We assisted them.
Haiti helped them to become independent.
Okay.
When Simon Bolivar, Simon Bolivar, who was the great liberator of the entire part of that continent, when he was looking for help to free Colombia, to free Bolivia, Ecuador, and all of these countries, he learned about what we did in Haiti. So he went to Haiti.
Yeah.
So we gave him money, we gave him weapons, we gave him all kinds of help that he needed. And with that, he went and fought and gave freedom to all these countries.
Awesome.
And the only thing that we ask in return to make sure that there is no slavery in these countries. So that's that. And also another significance of what we did that most people don't know about, or even maybe they know but they don't want to talk about it, is the fact that when we defeated Napoleon's army, that allowed the U.S. to purchase Louisiana, because the French army was so powerful, and we defeated that army, and they were not in a position to go and fight the Americans, and so they decided, instead of going to try to even fight and lose in the end, which was going to happen, so they decided to let it go, and they sold Louisiana.
And if I may add to the purchase of Louisiana, a lot of time when people say purchase of Louisiana, they think of the state of Louisiana. The territory was a collection of 12 states, about 12 to 13 states that run from Louisiana all the way to the border of Canada, which represent, if you Google it, you realize that it's a third of the American continent. And on top of that, what that does, it allows, it also weaken the position of the Spaniard to occupy some of the territory they have in the state. So that benefit also United States in that, because Haiti, being that what they called back then the whole island Santo Domingo, that has produced, the island produced 40% of the sugar that was used in the world. So that was a big economic loss for France, which meant that France, while they were helping United States in their fight for independence, the transition point where they were bringing supplies in to feed, to help United States was Haiti. So when they lost Haiti, they really had no interest, as much interest in Louisiana, that weakened the position to hold the territory of Louisiana. That, in a sense, facilitated the purchase of Louisiana for the United States.
So because of Haiti, now the United States can claim that, they have Louisiana. But without Haiti, they probably would not have been able to have Louisiana.
Yeah. And we also have soldiers that actually fight alongside of what they call the Battle of Savannah.
I just want to ask you, first of all, thank you all for all the sugar. I mean, that's one of my favorite things. 40%? Thank you for that. And I just wanted to, touch on the library that you were talking about and the books that are available. Are those books going to be available for school-age kids? Just illustrations for kindergarten kids to see? Or are they just for adults, middle school, or whatever? Because I think it's so important that the children learn this now.
Yes.
Because for us, we've already gone through our education. We didn't get all that history, all the American history that we should have. This history is just so important. It's so significant to America. And I think that, we need to put this in forms of books so that in kindergarten, whenever they start preschool, 3 years old, that they can start learning about, Haiti, just like they learned about Christopher Columbus and everything else. This is just so important. So are you aware of if there's any children books there that will teach this kind of history?
These books are there. They are books either written by Haitian authors or books about Haiti, and they are they are basically for all ages.
Okay. Are they going to be for sale? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying it's a good point that you raised, Vanita. Especially now that we have issues around critical race theory and banning of books.
I don't want to bring that up. But.
And, so there's really a larger issue here of really stifling history. Of people not really knowing what their history is. And I think what's so disturbing about that is that we can only be a better nation by understanding the past and not allowing for our children to understand what occurred in the past and for them to be able to see the value and how that will be able to direct them in the future is such a disservice. And I look at my own childhood. I was born in Haiti. I came here to the United States at a very young age. I was a baby. But my dad and my family, they were adamant that I understood my history. They were adamant that I understood my culture. And although I was not raised in Haiti, I continuously went back to Haiti for me to understand my culture and for me to do missionary trips. And that was because of that foundation. And that foundation right now is being eliminated, by propaganda, by political forces. And that is such a disservice to our society. Not just Haitian society or Black society, but society as a whole.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, what I was going to say, this whole notion of fighting what they call critical race theory or whatever, whatever the term they use for it, you cannot fight the truth. The
Amen
truth
to that.
will eventually go out. The thing about truth, it may be slow, but it never misses appointment. Never been late.
Exactly.
And what we are fighting is the truth. You cannot find the truth.
It will always come to face. That is so true. I think we are all better together. Diversity, everybody's history, because we all matter.
Yeah.
So I just want to let you guys know we have about 3 minutes left. This goes by so fast when you're talking
Oh,
about
really?
something
Wow.
passionate. So each of you take a minute and leave our audience with whatever you want them to know.
Well, I just want to add, people probably have heard challenges that Haiti has faced over the years, and there is a reason for that, because Haiti has been, or was, or even I would say even now, a bad apple in the sense that what we did, we were not supposed to do that. And we are paying, even today, for what we did back in 1804. And so by being an example, by being the first black nation to be free from slavery, and so the slave owners, they didn't want that notion, that idea, that idea to spread, and so even today we are paying for it. So there is a reason for what the challenges that we are facing, and also by the fact that even what we did by helping other countries, they don't want to highlight that. They don't want the school-age students to know about these things. So I just want to make sure that people know
That
these
people are
things.
aware,
Aware.
you know
Give us
why.
all credit.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So we're going to wrap it up. Want to say thank you for giving us the opportunity to come to your living room and talk to you, your home. Please join us May 18th, Wednesday, May 18th, 9 o'clock in the morning. We're going to be in Bridgeport, Old City Hall. I think it's on Lyons Street. And we will be there. The celebration will last about an hour. We look forward to having everybody. Throughout the month of May, we're going to be celebrating Haitian Awareness Month, and we will be advertising via social media and any way that we can to get the word out. So this is an invitation to you to please join us, and we are looking forward to having you and learning more with you. Thank you, Vanita.
You're welcome. And Mr. Gee?
No, I would just quickly say, if you're wondering what's behind us in the background, that's La Citadelle. That's La Citadelle, one of the fortresses in Haiti where King Henry lived, and that's where we fought the French.
Where they beat them up at. Awesome. Where they won.
Where we gain our independence.
Independence, yes, indeed.
Yes, thank
No,
you
I
so
just-
much. Go ahead.
I just want to thank you all for coming in, and thank you for listening and joining us. We thank you all listeners, and we just want to ask you to continue to listen to us
And,
on YouTube.
and last but not least, yes, definitely follow us on YouTube, review this information, get all the dates, and come out and support and celebrate. And that's our show for today. This is the David Goodman Reality and Truth Show, and we're on your side.